Hi everyone, hope you're all having a nice day. I'm just wanting to share a healing technique that I use quite often when I'm struggling to process emotion and I find myself in these repetitive cycles of anger, unworthiness, sometimes jealousy, fear, and 9 times out of 10 it's that inner child coming up and wanting to be reassured, but instead we've been programmed by society that these emotions are bad and it's not okay to feel anger, it's not okay to feel sad or unworthy. We're all aiming for this enlightenment thing of peace and joy and happiness, but it's equally as important that we process these emotions, because what can happen is these emotions can then store in the body as trapped energy, and later on in life can manifest as disease, anxiety, depression. I know for me personally, I wasn't taught how to process emotion effectively, which later on manifested eventually as cancer. I was diagnosed with 4-slip disc, a broken spine, which then later on I still didn't know how to process effectively emotions. So then that triggered a mental breakdown for me, and I really just feel a massive calling to help people with their emotions and to love themselves, hence I'm doing this video. So for me, when an emotion does come up, what I tend to do is, this doesn't happen all the time by the way, sometimes the emotion can come in that strong, it's that intense, it just takes me straight away. That anger can then turn into full-on rage and I'm really in that emotion. However, meditation does help me become a lot more aware, and this isn't a thing that happens overnight, it's an ongoing process. I've been on the path now a couple of years since I got poorly, and it takes time and compassion for yourself. So back to the technique that I use, it's I lock into my breath. It is key, it is so important and powerful, our breath. So I lock into my breath when I realise I'm getting a bit like wound up or unworthy, feeling sad. So I lock into my breath and I anchor myself in. When I feel comfortable enough, I close my eyes and I ask myself, my innocence, my shadow, my ego, whatever, my inner child, it's all the same thing. It's the part of us that we don't really want to recognise, because it does feel a little bit shitty, and that's alright. So I asked, what is it that you're feeling? What are you wanting to release here? It can come up anger or unworthiness, whatever emotion, and I sit with it, I feel it, and the sensation, you may start to feel it in your body as heat, tingling, coldness. Just allow it to be there, and I want you to say to yourself, alright, I'm going to allow you to feel this feeling. For me, as soon as I allow and I drop my guard, I can feel the energy going all the way through my body, and that's a good sign, it's releasing. This is what we're aiming for. If you don't feel anything, that's alright. The fact that you've got awareness on this is absolutely key, so that's really good. Once I'm in this, this can take 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Sometimes I've been in this emotion for half an hour, even an hour, when I've been feeling really unworthy, and I'm just checking in with my inner child, and I'm allowing that space for her to come out and tell me how she's feeling. So when I'm in it, I can then go on to ask, why do I feel this way? Sometimes my innocence will reveal to me a memory. It'll replay a memory in my brain of a specific moment where this energy has been trapped. It's been an experience that I've not processed effectively, because you just think, oh, whatever, and you just crack on with life. Sometimes that isn't good. So if it does feel safe enough, the shadow ego will reveal, and it may not even be that it's revealed right now. It may be come through in a dream. You could be driving, watching TV, anything, and it could be one of those aha moments, and then you think, oh my god, so all my life this cycle has kept carrying out due to one of these things. I'll give an example. If you've ever felt jealous, it could be that you've felt less of as a child, where your parents have shown more attention to your other sibling. That probably wasn't the case, but that's how you felt, and that is still a valid point. It's how you feel. So this can happen with me quite often, and it's just bringing myself back to centre and allowing myself that time to process this emotion. And it's important that we do recognise these bits that, you know, it's not nice to look at, but it's so important because I had to learn the hard way, but I wasn't aware of all this, and I really hope that all of you guys that do watch this video, it gives you a little bit of courage and faith to step in and just reassure yourself and have compassion for yourself, some higher awareness. And I think the world will be a better place if we can all just start being a bit more conscious